Hello, my name is Yasmin Lee, and I want to share with you 5 tips for successful weight loss. This is me just after the birth of my second child. I had gained during the pregnancy over 33 kilograms of weight. That is in excess of 72 pounds. The fact remains, the weight is with me, and I am not happy with my body. So what can I do to lose it without driving myself crazy and everyone around me? To make a physical change, I first had to make a mental change. Consciousness is a term that refers to the relationship between the mind and the world with which it interacts. In other words, the mind is the executive control system. If this be the case, I thought, I should explore this more and understand why my control system was letting me make choices that led to me being unhappy and overweight. The imprint on my consciousness about myself was negative. Anything I wanted to achieve concerning weight loss always worked against me. I needed a mind diet. Just like the physical body, the mind also needs exercise and appropriate input to achieve the desired outcome. I needed to change my thought patterns in order to change the way I felt about myself. As I became aware of myself as a conscious being, this enabled me to learn self-approval, self-acceptance, and self-love. Only then could I let go of the labels I had placed on myself and shift towards my goal. Everything you take in by your senses impresses upon your consciousness, so becoming aware of this is very important to you seeing yourself differently and therefore making different choices. My lifestyle habits of inactivity and overeating were fueled by my beliefs of being obese, supported by my unhappy feelings, causing me to identify with the suitable obese label, leaving me right back where I started with the negative thoughts. My negative thoughts were making me feel unhappy. Thoughts create feelings. Having negative thoughts about yourself generates negative feelings. You can't do good to yourself if you don't feel good about yourself. What one thinks will be felt in the body. Going on a mind diet would mean changing that thought to losing weight is so easy. The mind controls the body and not the other way around. When we identify with just the body, we then fall prey into putting a label on it and identifying with the label we have set out for ourselves. This turns into a belief, followed by actions that turn into habits for reinforcement. The key to understanding yourself is to realize that you are a point of energy, be it consciousness, and your body contains this consciousness, be it intelligent energy. To experience this fully, you relax, then focus your awareness. More on this later. Discover what type of body you have. What type of exercise has fast results on your body? When I used to ride the bike machine, I noticed within a week that my calves seemed to have got bigger. So I switched from biking to walking. There's so much information on this and it is very straightforward to figure out. I know that in order for one to continue doing physical activity, one has to enjoy it. Even I, when I started, needed a way that would encourage me to continue, so I became a fitness instructor. My loyalty to my class encouraged me to continue. Getting paid was an added bonus. I now exercise with minimum effort, perform exercises that I and my body like, and I get results. Your muscle and body type will determine what exercises you do. If exercise is out of the question, you can use posture exercises. These can be done anywhere, anytime, and really do work in keeping you toned and are great for instant inch loss. When you discover your body type, this will lead you to what your body needs in terms of substance, i.e. food. In turn, find a leader whose advice you are going to follow. After years of frustrating dance training, I never seemed to peak. I was always low on energy and could not shift a mere 7 pounds. Ballet was a nightmare as my limbs felt like they were made of lead. I was following advice on slow-release carb diets to no avail. With weight loss being such a heavyweight subject, With so many diets, fads, crazes, diet foods, books, online communities, etc. to choose from, how do I know which one is right for me? Your body will give you clues as to what it likes and does not like, and then find a leader whose advice goes hand in hand with your body type and your lifestyle. I discovered detoxification and Dr. Diamo's book, Eat Right for Your Type. Having sickle cell trace, it seemed only natural to follow Dr. Diamo's advice. Your body is an estimated 60 to 70% water. Your muscles, lungs and brain all contain a lot of water. You need water to regulate body temperature and to provide the means for nutrients to travel to your organs and tissues. Water also transports oxygen to your cells, removes waste and protects your joints and organs. You need to drink water. Try carrying a bottle of water around and you can keep track of how much water you are drinking. Instead of spending a fortune on bottled water, invest in a filter for your home. Breathing is something that we all take for granted. Oxygen is the most vital ingredient in keeping your body alive. You can go weeks without food, days without water, but only a few minutes or less without oxygen. As a former sufferer of asthma, breathing was probably on my mind more than most. It is one of those things that we really undervalue until there is a problem. Just before I started instructing, I was working on my fitness and wondering really how on earth I am going to teach when I can barely catch my breath just exercising. I never seemed to be fit enough until I was thrown in the deep end. Talking and exercising simply increased my cardio fitness, which is why I would encourage my class to count out loud. I noticed when I would focus on a person to help them for whatever reason, they would hold their breath. On the floor part of the class, when the exercise got hard, that is when people would hold their breath. When we get stressed and overwhelmed, we tend to hold our breath or breathe very, very shallow. This causes lack of oxygen to the body and ultimately to the brain. The results of shallow breathing is increased stress and fatigue. What has the breath got to do with weight loss? Oxygen has a big part in the breaking down of fat in the body. Breathing exercises causes your metabolism to go up, which can help with keeping those unwanted pounds off. This is why cardio exercises are so beneficial for helping us lose weight. Focusing your mind on breathing is nothing but meditation. Meditation is the way that allows us to consciously control our breathing. The key here is focused and concentrated breathing. Whatever form you choose to do it is up to you. You don't have to hold some posture to do this. You can do it at any point throughout the day. It is true that we cannot keep our mind all the time on breathing, but whenever we become conscious that we are not focusing on our breathing, bring it back on track. Sleep ranks at the top of the list of human necessities, right along with air, water and food. A good night's sleep leaves you feeling refreshed, alert and ready to tackle the day's tasks. When you don't get enough sleep, you may feel less alert and less vigorous, and perhaps more confused, irritable and fatigued. Lack of sleep affects not only your energy level but also your mental and social functioning. Sleep is when most of the body's work happens. When the body tries to alleviate its toxic burden, it goes to sleep. During the resting part, your body first repairs and restores the tissues, and then rejuvenates, rebuilds, and adapts them to handle the next stimulus, which it assumes is going to be somewhat fierce if you have been working out very hard. All work and no rest is a recipe for overtraining, exhaustion, and burnout. Sleep for most of us should be around 7 to 8 hours per night. It is in this place that natural detoxification can thrive.